Installing a Mastercraft door unit is an easy and rewarding project. By following proper preparation and final installation steps closely, you'll be sure to enjoy your Mastercraft door for a lifetime. Before we begin, we'll need to make sure we have all the right tools for the job. If you're missing any of these tools, stop by your local Menards store before starting the installation process. We'll be needing safety glasses, a 48-inch to 72-inch level, a hammer, a tape measure, a screw gun, 3 2.5-inch wood screws, 1 package of wood shims, pliers, a utility knife, a carpenter's pencil, and 2 hanger hardware bags. We'll begin by cleaning the floor area around the door opening. If needed, scrape off mortar or plaster spills. Double check the rough opening dimensions. The rough openings should be 2.5 inches taller and 2 inches wider than the dimensions of the door unit. Check the opening for plumb and square. Make sure to check both walls for plumb, all 4 corners for square, and check that the floor is level. Make any corrections needed prior to installing the door unit. Next, remove any packaging from the door unit. Leave the door clip installed in the door at this time for ease in installation. Install 1 door hanger flush with the top of each hinge. Install 3 more door hangers on the strike side of the jamb, directly across from the location of the hinge side hangers. Flip the door over and install 3 more door hangers to each jamb directly in line with the first 6 hangers. Using the pliers, bend the 6 clips on the non-hinge side so that they're parallel with the jambs. Draw a plumb line approximately a ½ inch from the rough opening on the hinge side of the door. Set the bottom of the door unit into the opening and tip the top of the unit into place. While looking at the top hinge, center the middle notch on the door hanger directly in line with the plumb line you drew. Once the notch and the plumb line are in alignment, run a single 1 5/8 inch screw through the long slot in the hanger and into the stud wall. Repeat this process for the next 2 hinge locations, making sure to align the same notch from the remaining 2 clips with the plumb line. Starting with the top door hanger on the strike side, check the margin between the door and the strike jamb. The margin should equal 1/8 inch. Adjust the jamb accordingly by loosening the screws on the door hangers and slide the door unit in or out until the margins are even. Once the margin is even, run a single 1 5/8 inch screw through the center of the door hanger slot. Repeat this process for the remaining 2 door hangers on the strike side. Using a hammer, tap all 6 door hangers on the exterior side of the door back to their original position so they're tight against the wall. Run a single 1 5/8 inch screw into each of the 6 door hanger locations. Place the shims directly behind each of the 3 hinge locations. Make sure to place the shims flat to prevent twists on the jamb. If this step is not performed, the door slab may sag in the opening over time. Remove 1 hinge screw from each of the hinges. Replace the screws using a 2.5 inch construction screw for each hinge. This screw should pass through the hinge shims and into the rough opening stud. Use a hammer to remove all excess shim material and recheck the margins. Remove the door clip by grasping the piece in the center of the bore hole and pulling towards the hinges. In the event the clip seems stuck, use a pair of pliers to firmly grasp the piece. To remove the clip, open the doors and pull the clip out of the cross bore. All Mastercraft doors are set up with a 2 1/8 inch bore hole set at either a 2 3/8 inch or a 2 3/4 inch back set depending on the door type. To install the back set as a drive point system, simply follow the lock manufacturer's instructions for converting to a drive point. Hammer the drive pin into place, making sure the angled portion of the back set faces the jamb. The edge prep option on your interior door will come with a pre-router pocket for the crossbore. The edge prep is bored 1 inch wide by 2 1/4 inches high and 1/8 inch deep, so it can fit most factory supplied lock sets with no adjustment needed. Using the manufacturer's instructions, install the lock set. Install the strike plate on the jamb. Our jambs are mortised for a 1/4 inch radius strike plate. Apply desired casing to the unit. The wall coverings department at Menards carries quality products needed to finish your new interior door. Make sure to sand your door and then wipe off before finishing. It's very important that the first coat you apply is an oil-based product. Water-based stain, polyurethane, or conditioners are not recommended. Apply a minimum of 2 coats of sealer to all 6 sides of the door. If you need additional help or more information including troubleshooting and videos, please visit MidwestManufacturing.com.